Great pace by both wrestlers. They've both been relentless. The relentless is hard to beat, and they're both sharing a great pace in this entire match.
Yeah, Tim, I think that Lee's picking his spots. He hasn't been able to get to his shots, and that's a little bit different from the Big Ten finals when they first met. So Ironman is doing something with that his head-hands defense to clear Lee out so he doesn't feel comfortable shooting.
For every action, there has been an equal and opposite reaction between Ironman and Lee with 20 seconds left in the second. And the only point awarded thus far, the escape to Ironman at the beginning of this period. Jaden Ironman trying to be Iowa's first champion at 141 pounds since Cliff Moore back in 2004. A standout career, perfect record in high school in the state of Missouri. His home in Columbia just a couple hours away, and he grew up idolizing Iowa wrestling. They won 3 straight titles, 08 to 10 when he was in middle school, and now here he is.
Well, here's the strategy guy. He's went ahead and chose the rich position, was able to get on the takedown there and finish it. We'll see. He's pretty tough in the top position himself.
Tough. Yes, he is. He can wear a guy out on top. Chose neutral. Didn't want to go underneath Ironman. Comes right in.
Instead of going for the escape, it looks like Ironman's looking for a reversal. He can play around with that too long and give up a little bit too much riding time, but he gets the escape.
And they're even at 2.
It's going to be a fun minute and 12 seconds, guys. These guys both on the attack. Ironman was on the attack early and slow to get back to the center.
Shape never an issue for Nick Lee. Hasn't been. He makes very few mistakes.
One minute.
Straight on double.
Second time Ironman's gone for that, and Lee has been ready. They're locked up as Ironman's finger got stuck in Lee's headgear.
You okay? Okay, here we go on the line, gentlemen.
Ironman a little slow to get back to center again. And he used a lot of energy in the first period with those straight on double leg shots to create scrambles. The thing about Ironman is that he likes to have that, see that right hand over the top of that tricep. He uses that for his little slide by technique, but Lee is posted.
There's a warning on Ironman. Lee trying to pull him back into the wrestling area, and they go foot off the mat. They'll go back to the center.
Crowd giving him a hard time like that. Again, having a hard time getting back to the center quickly. Lee hustling back.
Lee has looked the part of the aggressor. Short time here at third period.
Straight on double though, single leg. Now Lee comes back, excellent finisher here, a little more room to work with.
Lee with 5 seconds. Can he put it away? And time expires on regulation. Our first 2 are headed to extra time.
Second one for the Nittany Lion comes right back to the center. There's a lot of energy left for Nick Lee. That's Joe Lee, his brother, 165-pounder on the same team. Evansville, Indiana natives.
Well, Tim, Lee has the Riddler cornered here a little bit, but you know, you can't be too aggressive and shoot too deep on him because he has the ability to change that corner and make this silly, but he drives in. Inside trip by Lee, he gets it.
And Lee gets the 2.
Really settled into that again, just like RBY. The anticipation won it there for Nick Lee.
Just the thought process, the strategy, going hard late in that match.
A perfect start for Penn State, 2 for 2.
You want to grab the ankle man? No, leave him on there instead. Don't take care of him.
Elbow post there. over and under, but the drive through, because he caught under the knee and drove through the hips. Nick Lee did for that takedown. Jim?
Good look at this inside trip here. He was able to post on him and then comes back, caught the Riddler trying to push him off the mat right there, Jaden Ironman, and you could sense things, excitement here by the Penn State crew.
Quinn's with Nick.
Coaching staff just taking a look at Nick. Nick, congratulations, first of all. It looked like you wore him down. It looked like you had the gas. What did you sense out there?
I was tired, but that's just the nature of wrestling. You get tired, and at the end of the day, you just gotta keep fighting.
What's this mean for you?
Well, it means I won this year, but we'll go on to the next year and see what happens.
That's all we got? You're moving on already?
Monday or Sunday, Chapel Carry Water.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Champions execute when they're tired, Mike.
Well, we've heard it from Nick Saban after winning championships. He's out recruiting the next day for Penn State. As we heard a couple of years ago, this is just what they do. RBY got it started, and Nick Lee, after a couple of fifth-place finishes, can stand atop the podium. At 149 on deck, Big Ten champ Sammy Sasso against Austin O'Connor, UNC's first in the finals since '96.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 260, Saturday, March 27th. 2 title fights. Heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic defends his belt in a rematch against Francis Ngannou. And featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski takes on Brian Ortega. New subscribers get UFC 260 and a year of ESPN Plus for only $89.98. With ESPN Plus, you'll get unrivaled UFC access, including exclusive fights and original content. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Sure looks like something happened.
Well, you've been with Farmers for 3 years with 0 auto claims.
Yeah?
So you earned your policy perk, accident forgiveness. Now, instead of this being something,
It's nothing.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks. They should really turn this right off.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start with a quote at 1-800-FARMERS.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get 2 unlimited lines for only $70. And now, get Netflix on us with your plan. And this rate is fixed. You'll pay exactly $70 total this month and every month. Plus, switch today and get a free smartphone for each line. The best value and award-winning customer service. Only at T-Mobile.
The new handcrafted quesadilla at Chipotle. It's a whole new way to adobo chicken, a whole new way to guac, and a whole new way to order. Because it's only in the app or online. The new quesadilla. It's a whole new way to Chipotle.
Dear college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This is the Epson EcoTank color printer. No more buying cartridges. Big ink tanks, lots of ink. Print about this many pages. The new Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill.
Only Verizon gives you more of the best. 5G from America's most reliable network. More plans you can mix and match and save. More of the entertainment you love. And the phone you want on us. All starting at just $35. Only from Verizon.
The NCAA Wrestling Championships is brought to you by Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe. Feel free.
Play women's tournament basketball tomorrow. ABC will bring you Middle Tennessee and Tennessee at 2 Eastern, followed by Jackson State and Baylor. On ESPN, it's Mercer, South Carolina at 6, then High Point and UConn at 8. And on ESPN2, Wake Forest and Oklahoma State at 1 Eastern, FGCU and Michigan as well. It's all available on the ESPN app. Tonight, you can see our command center. First time we're bringing it to you this way. Cameras on the side of the mat and overhead look. The coaches as well on the ESPN app for your multi-screen viewing experience. 149 pounds, champions of their conferences. Sammy Sasso is 16-0. Austin O'Connor, the number 2 seed for Nationals last year, says he's been waiting for this. He's won 26 straight coming in, and another great 1 versus 2 matchup here at 149.
I was just getting ready to say both of these guys have been waiting a long time. Austin being third 2 years ago, Sammy Sasso coming onto the scene last year, and then the NCAA not happening. The 1 and 2 seeds, we've been looking forward to this clash all week.
And both guys have similar styles. They're tough in the top position, get out quickly, and they can put people to their back. And you know, ACC Finals, Austin O'Connor was on his back, gave up a 6-point move. You don't see many guys come back from that. He's wrestling Andonian from Pitt, was able to go ahead and come back in that match and win the match. Showed me a lot in that one. And Sasso is dangerous, difficult to score on, and he can lock you up. Very similar style to Jaden Ironman with his defense. Lock you up in the cradle and put you to your back.
We're at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Mike Cousins along with Tim Johnson, the Hall of Famer. Jim Gibbons, championship coach and wrestler. Quinn Kesnick as well. Reporting from the floor, Sasso and O'Connor. Sasso, the number 1 seed this year, the 9th straight year where Ohio State has had at least one number 1 seed into the championships.
Both these wrestlers have similar styles, and they really wear down their opponents mentally. There's a lot to react to in 7 minutes wrestling both these guys.
And we'll see a lot of ear-to-ear action. Sasso breaking free from that tie. And just like what we saw early from that last match, straight on doubles to maybe create actions, maybe get to one leg, and go after 2 to get to 1, create a better angle. And you do that because you're confident that somebody's not going to get around behind you. They're good at defending go-behinds.
Action, guys. Action, guys.
Austin O'Connor from North Carolina, looking to be their first champion since T.J. Jaworski in 1995 as he finished up championships.
30.
Coleman Scott, champion himself, his head coach, AOC's, says that Austin holds himself to a very high standard, and he holds the rest of the team accountable in practice, on, off the mat.
And one thing O'Connor has been able to do is kind of stay out of that right-handed underhook that Sasso likes. He likes to go with the over tie there, come back and hit the underhook.
4, 3, 2, 1.
149 pounds here, our 3rd match of the night. Our first 2 have seen Penn State victories. They've got 4 into the finals and already 2 winners. At 157 coming up next. It's a very intriguing matchup. A lot of history in the Carr family at Iowa State. Jesse Della Vecchia out of Rider, their first finalist. And Wenzel from Pitt against Shane Griffith. Tim, who's had an intriguing path just to reach the finals.
An 8th seed in the finals. Shane Griffith representing the Stanford wrestling program that we'll talk about more.
Red.
It's a dream scenario for Shane Griffith. But right now, Sammy Sasso, tough on top. You got to be careful on the bottom with Sammy Sasso.
Yeah, it looks like trying to set up that cradle to get the right leg in. O'Connor pretty proficient at being able to get out from those legs.
Wrestling there. Both guys improve. Both guys improve.
Time hog right now for Sammy Sasso, gaining riding time.
Yeah, he's got to see how that left hand over his ankle right there. So that's almost like a set of locked hands around that waist. Gets his hips back up over the top. I like what O'Connor's doing here as far as not keeping his knee away. He's keeping his head away from his knee. Sasso has a pretty good cradle, but you can see he's still working it. Sasso working that head around, or that arm around the head.
Improve.
We're going to call
it a stalemate. Yeah.
That far ankle is what kept Sammy Sasso from falling down on his hips. And
yeah, O'Connor's read the scouting report. He knows not to get his head too close to that knee. Again, like we saw before when the Roman Bravo Young match in that 0-0 first period, the guy that's in the top position, they want to go ahead and get as much riding time as they possibly can. Gives them alternatives to be able to go ahead and win matches on riding time.
O'Connor is on the board with the escape, 1-0. The redshirt junior from North Carolina.
A lot of pressure on the back of that neck. Sammy Sasso will punch you in the back of the net until you're sore.
Yeah, now he worked that underhook. That's the first time he's been able to get to that move, and then O'Connor digs out of that and gets out of that position. So both these athletes, wrestle at this level, you got to be able to attack the body at either upper body, lower body, but right, left. They have attacks to both sides.
Good job. Good anticipation.
Sammy Sasso in the black singlet for Ohio State, working in pursuit of their first title at Ohio State at 149 pounds. So we talk about Penn State having won 8 of the last 9 championships before this year. Tom Ryan led his team to the 2015 national title. That year, Hunter Stieber at 149, 0-2, so 2 and out. And Sasso trails 1-0 against Austin O'Connor. Coleman Scott, the head coach for North Carolina, only 34 years old. Tim, you mentioned his national championship back in 2008 at Oklahoma State.
Both these coaches doing a nice job. I think Tom Ryan has had one of his. That's a great escape. Because O'Connor's a monster on top. Nice job by Sammy Sasso keeping his riding time.
That's the important thing in a scoreless match. That's why you want to try to ride as long as you can in that scoreless match. It's paid off for Sasso. Now he has riding time. O'Connor has to come to him.
Yeah, I would have guessed, Jim, that 9 seconds wasn't enough. I was thinking that Sasso would have liked to have had about 1:20, and so he made it enough. Nice escape there.
Being national champion, you've got to learn how to do these difficult things because the window's closed.
Use this whole time. Use the whole time.
Getting out in 7 seconds is huge in this match. Now Sasso looking to hold position in the light blue center there. The NCAA logo.
Yeah, Sasso's so comfortable in close matches. He is not uncomfortable in adversity in close matches. He's won a lot.
Let's see how he circles back to the center of the mat. He doesn't get pushed off. He circles back. Now leg lace Merkins position. O'Connor has this pretty tight. He's able to go ahead and get the head on the mat there. That's 2.
Really slick by O'Connor there. Big time takedown.
An even bigger move as he goes up 3-1 and takes Sasso's riding time under a minute to eliminate that potential point right now.
And there's a warning on O'Connor because he did move off of that position, but he'll take that to get a new start.
And we talked about the adversity. Sasso's facing it right now.
Stand on the mat. Good. Good. Stab on it. You good?
So Sasso gets cleaned up.
You're down. Clean hands.
Let's take
30 seconds.
There's no lack of belief in either of these wrestlers, so what a last 32 seconds here.
Sasso was able to get out pretty quickly. Nice job of following by O'Connor. Gets the escape.
21 seconds. What's his go-to move? Sammy Sasso needs to have it.
When he gets an arm around the leg like this, he's dangerous. He comes up and gets to that double. He's in good position. O'Connor Pretty solid defense, staying on his feet. And he dives and gets the far angle.
He's got it. He's got it. Yes, he does.
No call. There's a brick thrown from the Ohio State corner. Two was never signaled.
Nope. They do not call it. It looked like he had the foot trapped.
Stay on the mat here, guys.
Yes, he had that left foot of O'Connor covered. We'll see if it's enough. There certainly was plenty of time left when it happened.
Great effort by both wrestlers.
Certainly.
So that foam block thrown from the Ohio State corner is a coach's challenge.
Take a look at the right foot or left foot of O'Connor. He's got that right there covered. That's an interesting and tough call.
Yes. I mean,
right here, take a look at the left foot of O'Connor. Gets it right there. Got the head to the outside.
And with the coach's challenge, this goes to the replay review center in the bowels of the stadium. Multiple angles there, Quinn.
Is triggered by the brick being thrown. It goes underneath. They have 4 angles, and this is a independent review of that call.
All the mat is confirmed. No takedown.
And Austin O'Connor of North Carolina is the school's first champion since 1995.
That's a head on the fight.
What a match between those two guys.
Great resiliency by both. Great effort there with that takedown in the third period by O'Connor, and he gets his championship.
A hard-fought road through the Atlantic Coast Conference. He won 4 Illinois state titles at St. Rita High School, goes to Chapel Hill, and now joins his head coach, Coleman Scott, as a national champion.
Look at Coleman's nothing more exciting than watching your guy do it. Good sportsmanship by both guys.
Quinn?
You said growing up, the one thing you've always wanted, always, is an NCAA title. What's it feel like right now?
It feels amazing. I knew I had the coaching staff behind me. I was ready to go after it. I'm excited.
That was as tight a match as we've seen. The key takedown was that inside Merkel position. Describe what happened.
I mean, I just kept wrestling through the position. I knew he could scramble. I was going after my attacks. He likes to wrestle from the outside. I like to wrestle with hands on, and that's what was open, and that's the opportunity, and I took it.
It's been a long time for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, it has. It's been a real long time, I think 25 years, and I'm glad to finally get it done again. We knew it was coming. Long time waited, but it's here.
Congratulations, Austin.
Thank you.
Mike.
There is power in belief, and Austin O'Connor is proof of that. A long wait for everybody in this tournament. O'Connor was the #2 seed at the Nationals that got canceled last year. He comes back here as the #2 seed and proves he's better than that. He's #1. 157 pounds brings us history and a mystery. Jesse Della Vecchia, the first finalist from Ryder. David Carr, a legacy.
You're right. That's a 5th floor problem.
Okay. Not in my house. No. Not today.
Jimmy, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
Happier than Dikembe Mutombo blocking a shot.
Nice.
Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh. Have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Arby's Reuben is a lot like college basketball. It's consumed one half at a time, and you can expect to see tears of joy once it's all over.
Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right, the only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
We've dreamt of this for so long.
William on the drive. Pull on, pull.
Owning the moment.
Lady Bears are back at the top of college basketball.
Stepping into history, covered in glory. Our dream is now. NCAA Women's Basketball Championship begins Sunday.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Magenta. I hate cartridges. Not magenta, not magenta. I'm not going back to the store. Magenta! Cartridges are so...
The Epson EcoTank. No more cartridges. It comes with an incredible amount of ink that can save you a lot of frustration. The Epson EcoTank.
Just fill and chill. Available at...
This weekend has been a 3-day celebration of collegiate wrestling and a perfect time to get into the Carr family here at 157 pounds. Nate was a 3-time NCAA champion, also a gold medalist at the World Championships, the Pan American Championships, wrestled in the Olympics as well. Turned out to be quite a high school coach as well, because David Carr now here wrestling for an NCAA championship at 157 pounds. An All-American last year, although the championships were canceled due to COVID-19. Now twice in as many seasons, a Big 12 champion. And this year, the number 3 seed here at 157 pounds. How about that for history, Jim Gibbons on the left?
Had my hands on some greatness right there. Nate was an excellent teammate. So there's a picture of he and my grandpa. They went a year later when he won it. Lawrence Gibbons here, long since passed. So my grandpa liked to hang out with winners.
That's how I feel hanging out with you guys, too. It's an honor and a privilege. Mike Cousins, Tim Johnson, Jim Gibbons, and Quint Kesnick with you here from St. Louis as we get underway. So far, 133 through 149. Upsets the 2 seed over the 1 seed. This is 3 and 4. And Jesse Delavecchia from Rider, their first finalist ever. It's been quite a road for him to get here. Started his career in 2015 at Binghamton University in New York. Got burned out on the sport. Didn't wrestle in 2016, 2017. Worked in construction with his dad. Things were not going the way he wanted, and he has certainly turned it around there.
What's exciting
I left
about
Binghamton,
Delavecchia is that
pretty much hated the sport. Hated life for a little bit, but I fixed and lifted myself back up and wasn't really sure if I wanted to wrestle again or not. And I just really had nothing going for me at the time, so I was like, you know, I might as well just wrestle, and went to Rider. No other schools wanted me. Everyone was telling me I'd be a walk-on. I'd love to name some schools right now, but I won't do that. But yeah, no one really believed in me besides Ryder. And I went here, and the rest is history.
How do you think those coaches feel right now watching this NCAA championship match? Yeah, Jesse, you can come walk on. Ryder was the only one smart enough to offer him some money.
Coach John Hanging for Ryder has done a nice job there. Long-time assistant coach, like 25 years or so. He waited a long time to have this job, and taking it to another level. They're finalist here. What's great about Del Vecchia, his style, is he's been able to go. The match he wrestled in the semifinals, I was just basically shocked by. Ryan Deacon able to go ahead and turn him and pin him at #1 seed. He hasn't really been beat since basically 2018, seems like. But that is probably not accurate here. But I tell you what, his ability in the top position is great. But David Carr is one of those guys that wants to wrestle on the feet most of the time. So if he can go ahead and shorten this match, have a scoreless first period, now it becomes a mat match. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the top position if he's behind.
David Carr has had a dominating season and also a junior world champion in 2019. His dad, Nate, great friend of mine as well, is one of the most inspiring people I know. And he said he taught David how to dream when he was young. He writes down everything. He wrote down he wanted to be a 4-time state champion, became a 5-timer, wrote down he wanted to win the Super 32s. He did that. Here he is in the finals. He writes everything down. And Jim, you told me Nate did the same thing. And there he is, Nate and Linda, tremendous people.
Yeah, Nate and Linda met at Iowa State.
Nate's now the associate director of the RTC there, trying to continue and help the Iowa State Cyclones with their long Olympic legacy and training for the world and Olympic stage. Speaking of Nate and you, I want to go hashtag bring back the robes, Jim. Let's bring back the robes.
The robes were not really functional, but they were really cool after the match. You know, there's a lot of situations back in the day where, you know, you can, honey, you can have the ring, but I want my robe back.
Nice low single by Del Vecchia.
10 seconds.
Nice job of getting that foot down. Del Vecchia, a little hesitation, gave David Carr the opportunity to fend it off.
Coverage of the NCAA Championships continues with the NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Championship, Saturday, April 10th at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on all NCAA championships, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. A final robe inquiry, by the way. Were they silk?
They were just extremely warm. And you saw it back in the day, you know, you finished your match, and guys, they were not functional to warm up in. You know, that's why Iowa State probably moved away from them. That actually we did back there with Harold Nichols' last couple of years. And
you didn't have them when you were the head coach, Jim?
I've got 3 of them at home.
No, but you didn't
some to share.
Robe your team when you were the head coach at Iowa State?
No, actually, you had an award called the Senior Robe. You know, so you got one when you were a senior, and you got whatever you could acquire. So, Carr on the edge right there.
No change, rush down.
Scoring position. In the scoreless match, took the down position against Del Vecchio. If he has the confidence, he can get out from underneath, get out at anybody. And what you'll see from him is a quad pod type of stand-up. And he fights hand control right there. It's a hand split. Nice forward trip. Good job of getting his hips out right there on that switch. So,
very nice hip iced out there.
Yeah, and so advantage Carr right now, getting out quickly with only 38 seconds.
He escaped to take the 1-0 lead for Carr on a 32-match winning streak. The first Iowa State wrestler to reach the final since Kyvan Gadsden in 2015.
I thought the match that David wrestled in the semifinals against Hayden Hidley really solid. In on the shot. He's as good as anybody in the country at finishing right there. He's got the hips pinned, knees flared out wide. And just the timing that David has and the quickness. And one of the comments that Kevin Dresser mentioned to me when they got David on campus is that the guys on the team just weren't used to how positive, having a guy around that's positive, and it wasn't, they didn't really know how to react to it. He's just so, hey guys, we can do it. You know, every situation, he's just positive as could be.
Does that come from Dad?
Oh, yeah. I think it comes
from Mom too.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, you know.
Linda was telling me that the day he put on the Iowa State uniform, David, in 2019 and stepped onto the mat, it was 40 years to the day, 1979, that Nate put on his Iowa State uniform and stepped on the mat for the first time.
And this year we're 40 years out from when Nate won the first of his 3 titles, 1981 in Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah, I didn't wrestle Nate many times in the room. He was a couple weight classes bigger than me. He used to like going with the bigger guys, but I did wrestle him one time. I never got a takedown on him except for one time, and he got around behind me. He lifted me up, and he was going to slam me down. He was really going to slam me hard, and I hit him with a side roll, kind of like we saw Owen Pence from North Dakota State hit in the match. And I got around behind him quick enough to get the points, and I just got up and ran to the water fountain and celebrated.
I knew you would not tell us that story, though, unless you did get the takedown.
I got the takedown and ran to the water fountain.
Good call.
Caution on Della Vecchia, the first finalist in Riders history on a 24-match winning streak. An All-American for the first time, and the first for that program since Chad Walsh and Ryan Wolf back in 2017. What does it mean for a program, Tim, to have that first finalist?
Well, it says you can. That's the deal. I mean, it says you can be in the finals of the championship in this program.
Yeah, and that's, you know, you take a look at, they're part of the New Jersey RTC. Grinder is, they kind of work together with other area schools there that part of Division I. And of course, they've got that Division I talent that you get coming out of New Jersey every year. It's a great place to recruit. One of the home schools of Jersey. Nice job of Cars. Notice how tight he is to the hips right there. Nice fighter. Drops it on the leg. Takes the star roll in. And I think in this situation, you want to stay with it. Nice job with the forward trip right there. If you see that riding time being added up there, 10 more seconds.
Really tough on top, David Carr.
And a quick stoppage right there.
All right, guys, go to your corners for me.
I got him. Corner, Zillman.
Yeah, that's the.
So the brick was thrown there. There was 4 on the potential 5 count there.
And that's what they're challenging.
Actually, it took the locked hands call, right? That's what Coach Hangy's looking for. He's looking for a locked hands call. Take a look and see if Carr has an arm around both legs right there. Right, ref's counting. So I don't think he did.
He did not lock his hands.
Yeah, they didn't see a clasping of the left hand over the right.
But you might as well throw it and take a look at it. You've got it, throw it.
Exactly.
That was a nice job by David Carr, moving up, knowing right where he was, right at the last second to not get the 5th count below the hips.
Carr, the redshirt sophomore, just a week and a day away from his 22nd birthday.
After review, the call on the mat is confirmed. No locked hands.
But at the same time, you get a new start at the edge of the mat there. That was a situation where Della Vecchia was on his belly a little bit there at the edge of the mat. Easily could have given up riding time. So you get a new start here, see if he explodes out.
As good a reason to throw that brick as any right there. The head lever really, really tough by Carr there. Hook leg.
With Carr's riding time over a minute, his lead stands effectively at 4 points here.
Tight waist and able to break Della Vecchia down again. Nice job by Carr, just swooping that leg. It's just a nice controlled match.
Really nice job of the pressure and extending Delavecchia all the way out, keeping the pressure.
Short time. 10 seconds.
10 seconds away from history for David Carr. Dad Nate watches on. And 40 years after Dad won his first, David wins his first.
That was scripted. Oh, that's Brent Metcalf.
Yeah, Brent.
We've seen him do that before. Took out a celebration at one point. That was scripted. That's fantastic.
Brent Metcalf, great champion from Iowa, now assistant coach at Iowa State.
Two
and two.
Well, that goes back to the days when Brent lost his national title. He ended the celebration, Darian Caldwell celebration from North Carolina State, and that was a good one there. The other one wasn't so good.
Acrobat and champion with Quint.
Your assistant coach, Brent Metcalf. You tackled him there with the cartwheel.
Yeah, I tried to do a cartwheel backflip, not on his watch. But first off, I just want to say all glory to God. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do it. All glory to him. Nothing without me.
There's a lot of history to that celebration. There's a lot of history when we talk about you and your wrestling, becoming a legacy with your dad. What's his influence been on your wrestling career?
It's been amazing. I'm just happy to be father-son. National champ, sounds good. And yeah, I just want some gummy bears.
You write down your goals. How long has this been on your wall?
For a while, since I was a little kid.
Little kid.
I've dreamed of being a national champ. My dad said right away, when I started wrestling, he said write down your goals, and this was the top one.
A dream for a long time. Congratulations.
Yeah. All glory to God.
And quite honestly, who doesn't want gummy bears? That's a great celebration.
You love the coach-athlete relationship. It's all, life's about relationship, and it's no different in wrestling.
Like father, like son. And now David Carr has number one. Dad's still got the upper hand. 2 more titles. And the celebration is on for the Iowa State Cyclone. Up next, a program on the brink. Shane Griffith from Stanford against pitch Jake Wenzel. Could be their first champ since 2008.
If you're shopping for a compact SUV, you're probably considering the usual suspects. But now's the time to consider a Volkswagen Tiguan. Because the Tiguan has a lower maintenance cost than Subaru, Honda, and Toyota. Which is surprising if you don't drive one, but not at all if you do. Now's a smart time to get into a Volkswagen SUV at our Sign Then Drive event. Lease a new Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0% payment, and 0 due at signing, or get 0% APR financing for 72 months.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Man, me and Pizza Hut go way back. I've been playing this game since '82. You ever think Pac-Man gets tired of eating these same little dots? I mean, who eats dots anyway? I need a variety. I can get any 3 toppings on my large pizza for just $10. Pepperoni, sausage, bacon. Run, little man, run! Go! The $10 Tastemaker, only from Pizza Hut. I think I'm about to out-pizza the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G. We also believe in putting people first by treating them right, so we're upping the benefits without upping the price. Introducing Magenta Max, now with unlimited premium data that can't slow down based on how much smartphone data you use. Plus, get Netflix on us, and taxes and fees included. You won't find this with the other guys. In fact, you'll pay more and get less. Right now, pay 0 cost to switch, and bring your phone, we'll pay it off. Only at T-Mobile.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
And we'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Opening day. It's not just a day. It's a feeling. A rush of hope. Make us believe. This is our year. Give us opening day, April 1st on ESPN.
Back here in St. Louis, hosting the NCAA Wrestling Championships for the 9th time and the 2nd time in the last 5 years. A wonderful host city. Lots of women's basketball coverage for you on our networks. ABC is Middle Tennessee and 2 Eastern, followed by Jackson State and Baylor on ESPN. Mercer, South Carolina at 6, then High Point and UConn at 8. And on ESPN2, Wake Forest and Oklahoma State, 1 Eastern tomorrow, followed by Florida, Gulf Coast, and Michigan, also on the ESPN app. Shane Griffith from Stanford. He may be the last ever to wrestle for Stanford. Over the summer, one of 11 sports told they'd be eliminated. The alumni have raised more than $12 million, enough to fund the program into perpetuity. The team here in St. Louis wearing all black singlets. The only way you'd know they're from Stanford, their warm-up tops say keep Stanford wrestling. He goes against Jake Wenzel, 13-1 for the redshirt senior from suburban Pittsburgh, a 2-time ACC champ. All 4 of his victories here have been by 7 points or fewer, and Griffith is the highest seed here in the championship field at number 8.
Good. Both guys great stories here. Shane Griffith, opportunity 28-0 last year, coming in and the NCAA's canceled. What an opportunity, and then this year getting beat by Valencia in the Pac-12 finals, and then the seed, getting an 8th seed for that one little blip on the screen, and yet comes through, beats the number 1 seed, Marinelli, and all the way to the finals. Wenzel came within a half second of getting beat in the first round, and this strong man gets all the way to the finals.
It was real close for Wenzel in that first match against Evan Barzak of Drexel. It looked like a takedown at the end of regulation, but upon review, time had expired, so he emerged as a 1-0 victor and tries to become the first champion for Pitt since their head coach Keith Gavin won it in 2008.
Exactly, one more second and he's in the abyss of the consolation matches, and instead he finds himself in the finals. And there's a little Merkle position for Griffith. He sits Wenzel down there with weight on his hands and behind him, so gets the points.
Really nice feel there to get that Merkle position in and get that 2.
Yeah, the Merkle position is kind of like a head and arm, but you get yourself off the side, you slide your leg into inside trip position there, inside leg lace. And if you can put weight on the hands, you get the 2. Nice job by Wenzel with activity there. Good job coming out and answering with a quick escape. Didn't know what to expect with this matchup with these guys. Wenzel is so strong. And now that he's been taken down early in the first period, we'll see if he opens up a little bit. And no one is going to hang back there or just work ear to ear, collar tied, and in the top position. He's really tough and rides strong and can turn. Griffith in on another shot. Corner cutting position here for Wenzel on top here for Pitt.
Griffith doesn't want to lose his shoulder there.
Yeah, the shoulder falls outside the thigh right there. And see it's tucked inside. It's a good position to be in right now. You see as it cuts the corner, actually Griffith settles back even a little bit further. He wants to push that leg away, make it difficult for Wenzel to get around behind him.
46.
So they go back to center with Griffith in the black for Stanford, their third NCAA finalist. Matt Gentry was a champion, their only one in 2004 here in this same building. A couple sponsorship name changes ago for the outside of the building. And the 2011-2012 runner-up, Nick Amuchastegui at 174.
I think what Griffith learned there about that is he can get into that leg he wants to attack, and if he doesn't quite get it, he's not going to get the corner cut on him real easily. And when you learn some of those things about the guy that you can survive the position and be offensive here, it usually increases your tack rate.
Griffith really keeping Wenzel from getting that left under hook with the 2-on-1.
Operating with his future unknown as Stanford potentially shuts down the wrestling program. He said it was hard enough, plus you add the pandemic. His team was forced to live in pods, strict regulations in Northern California. They practiced outdoors into December. They've had wrestling at Stanford for over 100 years. Hard to believe.
It's incredible the job that Jason Borelli has been doing there, keeping these guys together in a shortened schedule. You know, I really think that young man was in a position to be able to go ahead and really create a top 5 culture in the sport.
Really nice job of Wenzel getting out there real quickly from underneath. Got his hips away from Griffith, got away for one. Puts himself in a good position here, and that's something that Wenzel does. He stays in good position all the time.
It'll be interesting whether Griffith chooses the bottom position or feels more comfortable winning this match on the feet if they go to the third period.
Wrestle it.
That nice little angle attack right there by Griffith. Match really slowing down here, but that's in favor of Wenzel. That's what he does in these matches. He just basically gets ear to ear, dares the guy. He likes to go upper body, jack those underhooks up. You see where Griffith has pushed himself back. Good call on that stalemate there, Jim Ravello, the official there. Guys, nothing was happening in that position.
Wenzel goes right to that left underhook there. Likes to control his wrestler from there. So many things can happen from that position. That's why Shane has his head to the opposite side of the underhook.
That's action.
So Wenzel likes to go ahead and jack his opponent up, you know, with those double underhooks, but he has so much length with Griffith. You're not really jacking a taller guy up.
Work through that.
We're going to see another Panther later on, Nino Bonacorsi at 197 pounds from Pitt. They look for a national champion. They've had 16 all-time, but only 3 since the 1963 campaign. As you can see here inside the arena, limited capacity due to COVID-19 restrictions. That's where Jim Gibbons, our colleague and championship wrestler and coach, is sitting about 10 rows up. You are separated there. What's the viewpoint like for you there? It's a little bit different this year.
It's fantastic, you know. I wish there was about 40, 50 people around me here in this section, but I've enjoyed the view. Had a great view of the match and good 2,500 of my friends.
The stall warning was on Wenzel. The shot to the head to the outside single. Again, Wenzel by Shane Griffith, and Wenzel trying to cut the corner. Griffith trying to keep that elevated leg there, keeping the shoulder so that Wenzel cannot cut that corner.
Yeah, now he's working himself around into a better scoring position, though. I think from the confidence the first time he was in this position, he can get his right arm across. He did. That right arm is across. He collects the 2.
Yeah, that's 2. Really nice job of just like climbing rope there. He just worked very diligently through there, worked up.
And you can see the length of Griffith, too. He's a tall wrestler. Once he got in on that leg, I think the confidence he developed from the first time he was in there.
Red, get start warning.
They got the stalemate. Gave him the confidence to go out there, get back in that position, and improve.
On top here, 30 seconds of riding time. If he finishes with more than a minute, it adds a point on to his tally.
Love the fact that you got that long, lanky body style of Griffith.
And then
tight waist ride.
Sinking that waist ride there. A lot of advantage for the leverage for Griffith there.
Yeah.
Thigh pry, a lot of weight on the...
Good job of keeping his head up in that position, that scramble position, drops back in on that leg again. Oh, looks like he wants to put himself in a tough position there. He's got to do something to help himself, but Shane Griffith is a proud favorite. Everybody wants to see Stanford wrestling.
Gibby Brick thrown from the green corner. Couple of swipes there for Griffith as time expires.
Keep the dream alive.
Save Stanford wrestling.
Hey, you're going to hang over here. And you're going to head over here. Okay.
I think during that sequence there, Wenzel may have popped his knee a little bit, pressure on the outside. But
I had a 5 count on the legs prior to the criteria back points.
So the count to improve position only reached 4 from the official. That's where the brick was thrown from the pit corner.
Bring back Stanford is the chant from the stands.
And you know, for 2,500 fans, that's pretty loud.
And that's not just Stanford fans, that's all wrestling fans here. So suspense here for Griffith as this goes to replay review in the nerve center in the tunnels of the arena.
Taking a look at the count. Did he come up from that position quick enough? It looks like he was coming up. It also looked at that was the point in time where the knee may have been injured by Wenzel.
To look ahead, if this challenge is successful from Pitt, where does that take us?
It allows us to hear this chant a little bit more. Keep Stanford wrestling.
So like college football, they review this, and in college football, the average replay time is about 2 minutes. So if there were to be a change here, they got to deal with things like the clock, riding time, and score. I love this new system. It just seems to be taking a bit too much time.
And if the average time is 2 minutes, this might feel like an eternity for Griffith to try and find out if he is the second national champion for the program. So this is what it looks like with all 8 mats firing, all those different stations available to ingest video and give the best possible view to the officials on the mat, who otherwise only have one angle to look at. But when a brick is thrown, that's when it goes to the replay review room. Is there anything you can say, Jim, as a coach right now, to make a wrestler feel better in either corner?
Well, I know Shane Griffith feels pretty good in his heart. He knows he's won this match. This is getting to be a point where this is not the officials' fault. It's what's happening back in the room.
All right, we got a call.
After review, the call on the mat stands, no drop down.
Shane Griffith, the odds stacked against him, not only knocked off number one, but now he is number one.
Congratulations to Coach Jason Borelli. Great job. There he is. He's done a great job at Stanford. Great young man, son of Tom Borelli, the longtime Central Michigan coach. Great heritage.
Well, yesterday he said that he hoped he would send a message if he was able to win a championship. He did. He's with Quinn.
Shane, given the uncertainty of the pandemic, the uncertainty of your future at Stanford, how were you able to put that all aside to achieve your goal?
Just some more motivation to go along with it. It's funny, I was talking to my dad about this earlier today. I was actually not planning on wrestling this season. Given our circumstances at Stanford, it just seemed unfeasible to get where I wanted to be in time. Then along the way, I was talking to coaches, stay motivated, trust the process almost. It sounds cliche. In the middle of the night one night, I just texted my dad. I said, you know what, we're not going to question it, we're going to rip it, and we're going to win NCAAs this year. And he said, all right, buddy, I'm going with you. So,
what was your reaction? You're wearing the sweatshirt when these fans, all of them, got on their feet and said, keep Stanford wrestling.
It's awesome. It shows how much, how close-knit the wrestling community is. I mean, I had to turn my phone off for a little bit just because I've received so much support from everyone here, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see how we have a huge community behind our back. Just hoping for the best. I mean, obviously just want to make this nationally known and hope we get overturned. We got a lot of young guys that are staying and trying to fight the battle, so.
What can fans do if they want to jump on the cause?
I think we released the emails of some administrators, so if they want to do that, they can hop on that. I don't know, I think I played my role here. Hopefully this is a big turnaround in their decision, and just hope for the best, keep battling.
Awesome job, Shane. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For a lot of reasons.
He entered the transfer portal, Quinn, in the second week of December. Boy, did he make the right choice to stick around and wrestle his way to a national championship. If $12 million doesn't speak volumes, finishing number one sure should. And Shane Griffith finishes on top at 165 pounds. Halfway home here at St. Louis at 174. 1 versus 3.
For 175 years, New York Life has been helping people act on their love. Okay. So they can look back and say, we did good.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. The biggest fish sandwich of your life. Twice. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
Let's take a little test together. Which looks better, this or this? This or this? Seems clear to me. Saving cash beats spending it unwisely every time, which is why you'll love this offer from America's Best. Buy 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95, and they'll throw in an eye exam for free. It's a savings of at least $50. That's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Book an exam online today at americasbest.com.
For 175 years, New York Life has been helping people act on their love. Okay. so they can look back and say, we did good.
Stipe Miocic, Francis Ngannou.
Only one of us on that
One of the greatest of all time. Francis Ngannou is coming.
He's the scariest guy I've ever seen fight.
Aging Stipe Miocic. The rematch is upon us.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Today we have the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 and the MacBook Pro. The Surface comes with a pen and it is touchscreen. Mac gave it this little hard, but why can't they just give me a whole touchscreen? The Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Now with the Mac, you're kind of just stuck with what you got. But with the Surface, yes, you can run your favorite apps on it. It has the power to run all your apps. It is a much better gaming device. I love my games. Then there's the price. Yeah.
Our celebration of collegiate wrestling continues. Earlier today, Iowa won its 24th title all time, their first since 2010. Helping to set that stage as a coach, Dan Gable. Two-time NCAA champion, also an Olympic gold medalist in 1972. And then taking over in Iowa City, and things really picked up then, TJ.
Yes, they did. That's the program that Dan Gable built, and the Brands Brothers Foundation, the GOAT, Dan Gable, receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the first wrestler ever to receive such award.
His legacy carries on into this very tournament. Back on January 20th, Gable Steveson, the #1 ranked heavyweight from Minnesota, said, without Dan Gable, there is no Gable Dan. That is his name, Gable Dan Steveson. This year, as we celebrate collegiate wrestling, we can't help but look back to last year. We were so close to going to Minneapolis. It would have been the most attendance ever at an NCAA championship, and a lot of seniors who didn't get that last shot to take the mat for a title.
There were a lot of seniors and some very notable, several times All-Americans, and we had Vincenzo Joseph trying to go for a third, Mark Hall trying to get a second championship, and Vincenzo Joseph trying to get a third championship, denied the opportunity. And then Colin Moore, several-time All-American. This was going to be his year, the #1 seed coming into the tournament, did not get that opportunity. And then, of course, his teammate, Luke Pletcher, really poised, a Big Ten championship, and does not get that opportunity, as did other seniors.
And this year, the seniors will have the opportunity to come back, something that some felt was somewhat of an injustice for those guys last year who were so close and didn't get to compete at the NCAA championships.
Yeah, it's sad that they did not get to. It's great that this is a free year and that everybody gets the opportunity, if they want to come back.
And perhaps we'll see some 5-time All-Americans.
There will be that opportunity.
We've got 5 more weight classes to go here from St. Louis, and when we are done, we will take you to UFC Fight Night.
This Saturday, UFC middleweights throwdown. Coming off an impressive stoppage victory, Derek Brunson looks to extend his winning streak to 4. Standing in his way is Kevin Holland, who looks to secure another spectacular finish after a record-setting 5 wins in 2020. UFC Fight Night, Brunson versus Holland, on ESPN and streaming on ESPN+.
At Panera, when we make a pizza, we don't just make a pizza. We use fresh, clean ingredients to make a masterpiece. Order our new pepperoni and 4-cheese flatbread pizzas for delivery or pickup today. Panera.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right, the only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
Fender bender, take one.
Tonight's matchup, me versus an ugly fender bender. If Ike and Eke got a win, it's going to be a miracle, baby.
Mr. Vitale, it wouldn't be a miracle because Geico gives you a team of experts to help manage your claim.
It's going to be a nail biter.
No, the Geico team is there for you 24/7.
Geico is awesome, baby. Too much?
I think we got it.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
If you're going to make history, it's time to start making it.
Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold sophistication in a Cadillac SUV or sedan. Reward yourself and move up to a Cadillac.
Get 0.9% APR for 72 months, plus current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 total purchase allowance on XT5. Visit your Bay Area Cadillac dealer today.
Okay guys, Microsoft Surface Pro 7, MacBook Pro. Surface comes with a pen and touchscreen. Mac gave me this little bar, but just give me a whole touchscreen. Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Then there's the price. Yeah.
Reggie Miller chose to bubble at Wendy's so he could wake up with the official breakfast of March Madness.
Reggie!
Kenny Smith chose somewhere else.
I made the wrong choice.
Bye, Kenneth.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, official breakfast of March Madness.
I put in my time.
Championships, we are 5 matches in, and it has been a night that has lived up to expectations. Some upsets. David Carr matching his dad with a national championship. Shane Griffith of Stanford. They're just their second national champion. And 5 down means 5 still more to go. We're going to see some stars. 4 more number 1 seeds here on the back end. We'll see stars from the Big Ten, the Pac-12, the ACC, and the Big 12. Some of the biggest personalities in the sport here on the back end. Start at 174 with number 1 Michael Kemmerer, number 3 Carter Staracci.
Wrestling for the championship at 174 pounds. In the red, from Iowa, Michael Kemmerer.
And his opponent, wearing the green, representing Penn State, Carter Staracci.
Rematch of the Big Ten Finals, Staracci and Kemmerer, a classic showdown, Iowa and Penn State. We're glad you're with us here for the back half of our lineup tonight Upstairs here at the Enterprise Center, Mike Cousins, the Hall of Famer Tim Johnson, 10 rows down, Jim Gibbons, the championship wrestler and coach, and on the floor, Quint Kesnick. These two know each other quite well, TJ.
Yeah, Michael Kemmerer, the old guy, the old gun from the Young Gun Club back in the Pennsylvania area. He led the 5 Hawkeyes that are from Pennsylvania. He was the catalyst that brought them all there. And the national championship has eluded him. He's been 3rd, he's been 4th, but Carter Starocci on the scene and is an incredible freshman, one of only 2 freshmen in the finals here, and one of the leaders of 6 Nittany Lion freshmen in the lineup at the end of the year.
And so far, Tim, we've been able to see the Penn State wrestlers make pretty good adjustments since the Big Tens. But against Michael Kemmerer, I think that's a tall order here for Starocci here, the freshman, with all the experience that Michael Kemmerer has. Look for him to work heavy on the head, and if he gets in on the leg here, he likes to attack the right leg of Starocci. He's probably one of the best finishers in the country.
Yeah, Kemmerer attacks from everywhere. He's just tough everywhere. But you're right. I mean, who is going to bet against Penn State in the finals? Their percentage of wins over the years has to just be out of this world, and they've won 2 out of 2 tonight. They'll be favored in the next one. But right here, the favorite is the guy they call Grandpa on the Hawkeye team, Michael Kemmerer from Murraysville, Franklin Regional High School in Pennsylvania. Same high school, teammates of Spencer Lee, who's coming up.
Does that come with AARP benefits for the nickname? Doesn't do them any good here. As
their card.
They're
Send
even
about a dozen of those in the mail every year. So.
They're even over the course of 7 minutes, equals here inside the circle.
And for Starocci, I think that this was a match that Kemmerer was able to put up 3 takedowns in the match, and he probably wants to slow it down a little bit. He's had success with the best wrestlers in the country so far. There's that attack on that leg. Read pretty well by Starocci. I think he wants to slow this match down a little bit here, not fall behind. And he's had success in the top position, beating some pretty good guys this year. That's been the difference.
Work through those ties. Good.
You're hearing about these Penn State freshmen. They got a chance. They really reloaded here. They got some really talented guys. A little misdirection shot there by Starocci. And these are the heavy hips of Kemmerer.
Just like an anchor, really does a nice job here. And if he can scoop that leg, which he does.
Yeah, he does, and he hasn't quite got it yet. Starocci is basically trying to shelf that leg. If he can, get that left leg of Kemmerer up a little bit. No points have been awarded yet. Now that he's put the head up underneath the knee, he's got a little bit better wrestling position.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job by Starocci there. Getting that head underneath the knee and then the cut across.
He's got the left arm across the waist. He's going to be bailed out by a stalemate. But so I think both guys ended up benefiting from that call there. Starocci really bailed out of that bad shot. Not really bad shot, as a shot, but he got stopped pretty well. But good job by him being the aggressor of the match.
Well, if you're a longtime wrestling fan or just new to the sport, you know that there are a lot of sacrifices to be made, whether it's time, lifestyle, diet. This year it's been separation from family, and David Carr, the champion from Iowa State, separation no more, to give Dad a hug after he wins his first national championship.
And Mom, Nate and Linda, so proud of their son, David. There's Nate Jr. right beside him, his older brother, wrestled for Iowa State as well.
Give me a nice pause.
Now an assistant coach at Lock Haven.
These athletes have been asked to be perfect this year, and this event, the success of it, is due to testing. The backbone of this event. All these athletes were tested at home before they traveled to St. Louis. 2 tests here in town before they could show up to this facility, and testing daily, okay? 330 participants, multiple coaches per team, officials, a couple broadcast people, not a single positive test. Close your eyes, that's how many positive tests, 0 among the whole field. An amazing testimony to the discipline, the sacrifice, the common sense that has made this event so successful this year.
Yes, Quint, you're the only Tier 1 among us, so we cannot interact with you in person. You're always Tier 1 in my book, but especially here, as it says on your credential this week. It's amazing, though, when you think about, look at the NCAA men's basketball tournament. The University of Virginia had to wake up at 1:30 to test and fly in just hours before their game. A game was canceled earlier today, a team advancing. And here, the sport where wrestlers spend time in each other's faces for 7 minutes and not a single positive test is just something else.
Jim, you mentioned Starocci wanting to slow it down right here. It's certainly playing into what he wants this match to be about, to be there at the end, to have the opportunity to score one takedown if it takes overtime. 2 of his wins along the way are overtime wins against Massa from Michigan and Romero against Ohio State. He's used to this game. It's the game he's playing right now.
Yeah, but he's also taking the shots, Tim. If he's got in on that leg one more time.
And if he can get around on this.
Popped up to his feet. Yeah. So now he's coming up around the head. I don't know. He's got the cradle locked up. Oh, my goodness.
But just 7 seconds left here in the second period.
It'd be hard to bump him over, but he gives up on it and then goes around. And he got the far ankle.
But no 2 awarded.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah, time was out. Take a look at this action here with the cradle. And he gives up on it and he comes around and able to get to the far ankle. But by that time, the time was up. You see Tom Brands over there in the middle there. He knew that the time was up.
I don't think he knew. He was trying to make sure that it was wound down to 0.
And here's where Starocci, pretty effective in the top position for that freshman. He's driving back in. And
Starocci does a great job of, like you said, measuring, anticipating. Did a nice job there of recovering and covering the leg going out of bounds.
And if I'm Starocci, I try to win the match right here in this position. And it's going to be very difficult to do, but it might take 6 or 7 10-second goes. And do all you can to go ahead and create an extra point for yourself. And then Wiley veteran split the hands right there, gets the quick escape. Yeah, you really got to commit to that ride. And Kemmer got into that right leg pretty easily, and you see where Starocci's keeping that right leg back. So he's going to have to go ahead and, you know, every assistant coach in the country knows how a guy leads legs and what you know what you need to do to keep defensive working for you. So there's an adjustment being made. Kemmer just hasn't got to his shots like he normally would. And it may be just something as simple adjustment as just changing your stance.
Wrestle through that. Work through that.
A little bit of slowed down right here, but Starocci does a really nice job of moving his feet laterally, staying in the center.
Action in the center.
Yeah, windows are really tight in this match. There's not many opportunities to go ahead and score. A diving attempt there by Kemmer. Got to be careful not to extend yourself too much. The athleticism of Starocci, be able to go ahead and find him around behind you very quickly.
Final half minute of regulation for the Hawkeye and the Nittany Lions, squaring off after they did in the Big Ten title match, 7-2 in favor of Kemmerer there.
And you saw Starocci coming last year 18-0 in his redshirt year, winning the Southern Scuffle. He has stepped up.
Shot there by Kemmerer. Starocci holding position. They've really kind of got to each other's legs in about the same amount of time. Going off of memory here, but see Kemmerer looking back in the corner if there's anything he should be doing differently. I think this is basically, the counter shot there by Starocci. He finds himself in a good position into a double leg. He scoops the leg. He's got him down.
Starocci driving, and there's the 2. The national championship to Carter Starocci.
And 3 for 3 for the Nittany Lions.
What a well-timed shot that was. Kemmerer just picked up his activity, dropped back in on a double leg, brought his hips to the party, scooped the leg, and slammed him down.
Storace now the 5th Nittany Lion to win it at 174. Mark Hall, Matt Brown had Ruth in recent memory, and Storace adds his name to the deep legacy of championship wrestlers at a Happy Valley.
Take a look at that action. Kemmerer picking up his activity. Just a counter shot right there. Gets his head to the outside, steps up, brings his hips in. Keeps on moving with that lower body.
Yeah, and he captured those hips. He had those hands behind the hips and drug them in. Really good job.
Yeah.
Quinn?
Carter, you told me last night that the moment wasn't too big. It wasn't going to shake you. What was it like stepping up on the podium tonight?
It feels good, you know what I mean? That's what I trained for all year, you know what I mean, at these big matches. So I just had to stay calm during Roman and Nick Lee's match, you know what I mean? I was getting fired up, so I had to calm down. But like I said, I'm not surprised, you know what I mean? This is what I do.
This was a rematch. You faced Kemmerer before. What was different this time?
Nothing, you know what I mean? Just, it's the same thing. And you go out there, and when you come to Penn State, you know what I mean, I'm telling you, like, you perform at the big show, and it's no surprise. Like, our coaches are the best, and a huge shout out to Coach Casey, you know what I mean? That's my man. I love him to death.
David Carr apparently is also your man.
Yeah, that's my boy too, yeah.
Big smiles, great effort tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Carter.
All glory to God, thank you.
The Nittany Lions are 3 for 3, and #1 seeds tonight are 0 for 4. A little bizarro action as no #1 seed has won just yet. Penn State solidly in second place in the team race. And up next, the last of the 4 Nittany Lions. It's the undefeated, and dare we say it, #1 seed, Aaron Brooks, a 2-time Big Ten champion. He tangles with Trent Hidley, the Wolfpack's 6th finalist in the last 7 championships.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
It's that time again. Sneakers squeaking, balls bouncing, refs whistling, and fans eating Arby's Reuben while they coach from their living rooms. Arby's, we have the meats.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
T-Mobile is upgrading its network at a record pace. We were the first to bring 5G nationwide. And now that Sprint is a part of T-Mobile, we're turning up the speed. Upgrading over 1,000 towers a month with ultra-capacity 5G to bring speeds as fast as Wi-Fi to cities and towns across America. And we're adding more every week. Coverage and speed. Who says you can't have it all?
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Opening day. It's not just a day. It's a feeling. A rush of hope. Make us believe. This is our year. Give us opening day, April 1st on ESPN.
It's not just the colors, or the letters, or the medals.
It's the places, the commitment, and the journey.
We have one more year than expected.
When we represent,
it's not just one of us we're playing for. It's all of us. Together.
Back here in St. Louis, an exciting night of championship wrestling continues. And when we are done here, don't go anywhere, because we're going to send you to Las Vegas UFC Fight Night. 7th-ranked Derek Brunson has won 3 straight. 10th-ranked Kevin Holland, a winner of 5 in a row. They square off in the middleweight main event, 10 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN+. You can get that at ESPNplus.com or by downloading the ESPN app. Let's take a look at today's rewarding performance, and it's brought to you by Capital One. So far, Penn State, 3 for 3. We're going to see one more Nittany Lion as they try and go for a 4-for-4 sweep. And in what has been, and this is with air quotes, a down year for the Nittany Lions, this night, they've risen to the occasion.
They're coming on. Emerging Penn State Nittany Lions. Watch out. Here they come.
So after Carter Starachi picks up the title at 174, here we go. Number 1, Aaron Brooks, winner over Big 12 champion Parker Keckeisen in the semis, a fantastic freshman out of Northern Iowa, and Trent Hidley, number 2 seed from NC State, trying to become the 8th NC State wrestler to win an NCAA title.
I'm intrigued by this matchup here because Hidley is so difficult to score on. He measures his stance from distance. He always has almost a 3-point stance as he works hard from the collar tie. Really hard to get underneath him. And he's got a great underhook where he bull rushes his opponents and does a knee pick. And I think Aaron Brooks is one of the more solid wrestlers in the field here of all weight classes. He can attack both sides of the body. But I just don't, right now you just don't see any visions, any path to be able to get to the legs. So you're going to see a lot of ear-to-ear stuff.
Pat Popolizio, the head coach, done a great job at North Carolina State. Hidley is his 6th finalist since 2013, and they won their 3rd straight ACC championship. And I don't know of anyone that saw their seed catapult higher from the overtime win that Hidley had than he did with a number 2. But here he is in the finals, proving out his seed.
Jim, did you guys coordinate outfits today?
Hey, he looks great, baby. Oh, man.
He's always a model of sartorial splendor, Coach Popolizio.
Wow, sartorial splendor.
I actually stole that from our producer, Todd Koulis, who is a master of the English language. 90 seconds in, scoreless in the first. Brooks, winner of 21 straight, the only wrestler to defeat him in 2 years. Taylor Venz of Nebraska in January of 2020. Hidley has allowed no takedowns at the NCAA championships. Had a little bit of a bump in the road earlier this year, too, and what has been a shortened season, missed a couple weeks with an appendectomy early on.
Aaron Brooks is a cool customer. He's got quiet confidence, stacked toolbox. He can do it all. 2-time Big Ten champion already. Forces wrestling position. He gets in and he figures out how to score. He just knows that he's just better in most positions. It gives him a freedom to get in and wrestle freely, because he just feels like, hey, he's better at the basics and the fundamentals, and he says, let it fly.
I agree with you, Tim, because that's what confidence he has, because he knows that he can give up a takedown in a match and still come back and attack a guy and keep a high pace. But this is a different situation. You've got, as we've seen before, like in the last match with Carter Starachi here, keeping the match close. I mean, Hidley's kind of doing the same thing, and your margin of error is a little bit tighter.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So Pat Popolizio, the head coach for NC State. Jim Gibbons, a national championship coach and wrestler on the right. Which one of you is Herb Brooks today?
We'd both like to be Herb Brooks. Legend, hockey coach. Lake Placid Olympics in '80.
So start of the second, Hidlay on top. This is a weight class where you might have expected to see a guy like Max Dean pretty deep into the tournament this year, but no Ivy League competitors this year. So that's 6 schools that missed out on the opportunity to compete this year and change the seeding and the allocations this year.
Brooks catches him
and gets at least 2.
Yep, it'll be 2 on the reversal for Brooks. Hidlay out with 1. And we've got a challenge brick thrown as well, so they'll go to the monitor.
Yeah, maybe for the near fall. You know, I don't know the answer to this question, but Penn State, well, let's look at this first.
Look at the sequences are going off. They don't quite go off, and there's the reversal.
And there's, you know, the reversal and perhaps the near fall swipes if they could have been.
Did you think it was enough time at 45 degrees?
Oh, yes. I mean, I just don't know whether the official was over there, so they're going to take a look at this.
Yeah, the official was on his feet the whole time. It wasn't like he was down there giving a call.
Calling the mask and firm. No near fall.
All right.
Neutral.
What I was going to ask, has any team ever won 4 national championships and finished second? And Penn State having a really strong showing here, as they always do in the finals, 3 for 3, going for their 4th. Comfortably in second, but will not catch the Hawkeyes, winning for the first time since 2010.
And Penn State has continued its streak with at least 1 champion now, 10 straight years. Last time they didn't have one was that Iowa championship season of 2010.
A lot of collar tie work here by both guys. And you see Hidlay, he likes to work with that right-handed underhook, and he'll bull rush that. Almost like he's hitting an uppercut. Heavyweight boxing match. He just comes with everything he has with the straight-on shot by Brooks. Bar pretty well. Hidlay using that underhook again to clear Brooks out of that double leg. That's the mystery here. How is Brooks going to open up this tough wrestler that likes to go ahead and battle in here, and then occasionally will just kind of rush at you. Always measuring his stance, very low. Tough to get underneath, and that's what Brooks likes to do. Now this little club snap. Hidlay showing pretty well for himself in this match.
Really is, because Brooks really good at hand fighting. Getting through the defensive wrestlers right there, and as good a hand fighter as he is, Hidlay has not let him in. It's Nikki Hidlay on the right there. Pretty happy about getting Trent in. Disappointed that Hayden, the number 2 seed at 157, did not get in, but is an All-American. 2 sons All-Americans for the Hidlays.
Looks like almost an intentional release there by Brooks. Didn't contest that escape situation very hard. Feels confident he wants to win this on his feet. One thing that's been kind of consistent, guys, is that Hidlay has had his rear at the edge of the mat most of the match.
Brooks trying to get Penn State their 6th title at this weight since 2011. Bo Nickel with a couple, Ed Ruth, Quentin Wright with one as well.
Hidlay, a strong man, but that right collar tie, working on the head, can wear you out. Looking to work on that and look for some kind of opening.
He can hardly hold that stance. There's a warning on him. Straight on double leg shot by Brooks.
It covers a lot of ground on his shots.
Brooks got the point there on the stall call. He's up 3-2 with 40 seconds to go.
He's been stalking him the entire period here, pushing and taking his shots. He covers a lot of ground in his shots, and right there, the stall warning going against Hidlay. So 37 seconds. Defend the middle.
Now after that stall warning, Hidlay takes a chance, gets on the leg. He's got an opportunity to score. This is his opportunity to win a national championship. Right there. Put a little weight on the hands in that situation, and the brick is going to be tossed. We're going to take another look at this one. It looked like Hidlay was behind for a second, and at one point, Brooks's hands were on the mat. You do not get reaction time in that situation.
That was a real nice shot by Hidlay.
Yeah, you know, after stall warning, you can really count on a guy and gets away. There's weight on the hands at this point. So he has weight on the hands. He actually grabbed the mat. Looks like he came up quick enough. Got the weight off of his hands.
Might his hand have been off of the Resilite?
That's correct. That's what I saw too, Mike.
And I'm not sure they're looking at that, but I saw that as well. So as soon as it goes off the Resilite, that's the match right there. They stopped the match.
Yeah, Resilite being the brand name of the mat. But yeah, it looked like he grabbed the edge of the mat at that point.
And if you're watching for the first time tonight, we're glad to have you along. One of the greatest spectacles in all of sport.
Right there.
And so as they go out, watch that left hand off the edge of the surface. That's where they could stop the clock right there. If they go out both outside the cylinder, the white circle, that stops action.
No takedown.
No takedown, but off the wrestling surface also stops action. So now Hidlay has to go to work with just 14 seconds left, down by 1. 10 seconds for a national championship between Brooks and Hidlay. In pursuit, working on the edge, and that is time. Penn State completes the sweep and goes 4 for 4 here in St. Louis. Aaron Brooks, the sophomore, the first #1 seed to emerge victorious tonight.
Four for 4. What an impressive performance tonight by the Penn State Nittany Lions.
And they brought a very young contingent here to St. Louis. Brooks, the sophomore, to go along with 5 freshmen, the most freshmen of any team competing here at the championships of more than 60 squads. The victorious Aaron Brooks is with Quint.
Aaron, that was a dogfight. You seemed like territory was tough to come by. What were you dealing with?
I just want to stay mainly focused. You know, like I said, God's my peace out there, so glory to Him. It's been a great season, you know, but want to stay focused, capitalize on any opportunity, you know. Had to kind of get him coming forward a little bit. It was kind of hard, but, you know, I hit for stalling, he did, which was good, but just want to wrestle free and try to push the pace.
So you're back here under the stadium watching some of your teammates, is that correct? What is that like? What's going through your mind?
You know, watching them win, I see Carter win. It's like it's time to put the icing on the cake, so.
David Carr from Iowa State, suddenly it seems like he's on the Penn State roster. What's going on with David?
We're all close, you know. Like I said, God's put great people in my life. He's one of them. I'm happy for him as well. You know, I was in his hotel room before this. We were praying together and, you know, just getting ready. So feels good.
Great showing from the Nittany Lions. How about a We Are?
We are.
You get a big applause at home. Congratulations.
Well, Iowa, before this round started, locked up the team championship, but there is no question. Penn State has far and away been the most impressive squad here as we go through our 10 matches tonight. Still 3 more to go. Up next is 197 pounds. If you don't know him, you will soon. The tournament's most boisterous personality, AJ Ferrari, against Nino Bonacorsi from Fitzgerald Fieldhouse to fighting for a title.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Man, me and Pizza Hut go way back. I've been playing this game since '82. You ever think Pac-Man gets tired of eating these same little dots? I mean, who eats dots anyway? I need a variety. I could get any 3 toppings on my large pizza for just $10. Pepperoni, sausage, bacon. Run, little man, run! Go! The $10 Tastemaker, only from Pizza Hut. I think I'm about to out-pizza the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Sure looks like something happened.
Well, you've been with Farmers for 3 years with 0 auto claims.
Yeah?
So you earned your policy perk, accident forgiveness. Now, instead of this being something,
It's nothing.
get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks. They should really turn this right off.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Start with a quote at 1-800-FARMERS.
These days, everyone's staring at screens, scanning the news, and watching their spending. Good vision is more important than ever, but so, especially now, is saving. That's why America's Best includes a free eye exam when you buy 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. That's a savings of at least $50. 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95. Includes a free exam. That's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Book an exam online today at americasbest.com. And you're on mute.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because a quality night's sleep is scientifically proven to help boost performance. Introducing the new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed, the only bed that effortlessly adjusts to both of you. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep.
Okay guys, Microsoft Surface Pro 7, MacBook Pro. Surface comes with the pen and touchscreen. Mac gave me this little bar, but just give me a whole touchscreen. Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Then there's the price. Yeah.
Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold sophistication in a Cadillac SUV or sedan. Reward yourself and move up to a Cadillac.
Get 0.9% APR for 72 months, plus current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 total purchase allowance on XT5. Visit your Bay Area Cadillac dealer today.
3 days to celebrate collegiate wrestling, not nearly enough with how deep the history of this sport is. We remember the career of Dan Hodge, a 3-time NCAA champion in 55, 56, and 57. The Heisman Trophy of college wrestling is the Hodge Trophy, named in his honor. He passed away Christmas Eve this past year. And the winner from last year, Spencer Lee, remembered him in a tweet a couple days later. He said he'll be breaking apples in a better place. One thing you know about Dan Hodge, how strong his hands were. Could crush an apple with the grasp of a single hand. Rest in peace to a legend. Spencer Lee, Gable Steveson of Minnesota, 1A, 1B, the leaders for the Hodge Trophy this year. As we continue on here to 197 pounds, AJ Ferrari, the freshman, he's got so much in the tank, 19-1. He goes against Nino Bonacorsi, 13-1, the ACC champion this year for the first time. One of 2 Pitt finalists this year. The last time they had multiple was 1963, so he's on the big stage. Jake Wenzel fell against Shane Griffith earlier. Bonacorsi will try and get it done for Pitt.
Yeah, AJ has a lot of strength and flexibility, obviously, but his conference championship in the Big 12 is when he really took off. John Smith said it was a crossover moment. He just felt like a star is born from a standpoint of confidence, and he wrestles hard all the time.
And just a masterpiece of a performance against Miles Amin in the #1 seed in the semifinals. Just took Amin out of his game. Nice job. And now there's a little bull rush, little low single. He gets as low as anybody in the country. 10, 12 inches off the mat, comes right in. And when we talk about hitting a blast double, he does it from that position so low. It's like he's almost going underneath the mat.
Yeah, how low can you go? Where'd that come from 35 years ago? John Smith with his low single and the ability to lower your level and not be stretched out. He revolutionized the sport. The 6-time world and Olympic champion, head coach of Oklahoma State. And like I said, AJ trying to be only the 3rd true freshman ever to win a national championship for the Cowboys. And Pat Smith, the coach's brother, was the most recent.
1990, the other Dick Hutton in 1947. And for this legendary program, which has the most titles of all time, he's only the 5th true freshman to reach the finals.
Set green, now red.
And we detailed the path at 165 for Shane Griffith, the #8 seed from Stanford. As he won the title, he knocked off #1 seed there, and Ferrari did that in the semis against Miles Amin, the #1 seed.
That's what he does so well. Doesn't let anybody away easily, jumps right back into that single leg position. He's able to get a lot of mileage off that, a lot of riding time, a lot of controlling the clock. Not conceding anything, making the bottom man really work to get out from underneath.
Hold up, I got blood, I got blood.
Similar to yesterday, he's got some blood.
Where's it? Here you go.
So he's ready to go as he gets cleaned up. And we talked about his boisterous personality yesterday after his win. Quint got a taste of that in the corner.
Congratulations. Can we get one more for Sports Center for Scott Van Pelt? Right there. 665-pound deadlift, baby. There we go. AJ, congratulations. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's win a national title, baby. Go Cowboys. 665, Cousins. 660.
And I kid you not, Quint, I saw T-shirts that said that already today.
I don't know how many plates that is. High energy. Like, his life is being lived out on social media, whether it's the haircuts, the flexing, all his workouts, but he's delivering on the mat. So John Smith's got to live with it. It was just classic how Coach Smith ran out on the mat, grabbed his headgear before AJ could throw it up in the air or do something with it. It's the old master kind of dealing with the young star.
Yeah, he went low for that headgear too, Q. He not only has the low single, but he has the low headgear grab. He just kind of just went underneath and didn't ask for it up high. He just went down low and got it.
And the respect Bonacorsi has for him. Bonacorsi may have as high a rate of attack rate as anyone in the nation. He just is, he's a shooter, and yet cannot solve the issue here with AJ Ferrari as far as getting through his defense.
Bonacorsi trying to drive against the strength of Ferrari. The pit wrestler from a wrestling family, his brother Nick, 3-time NCAA qualifier during his time at Pitt. They grew up just about 15 miles away from that campus in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. So we've detailed the legendary career of John Smith, 30 years at the helm there at Oklahoma State. But yesterday, after his true freshman was a winner in the semis, don't throw it. That's a team point.
But look how low Coach Smith goes after that headgear. I want that right now. Give that to me, son. I'm going to take your bag, and we're going to go back and talk to Q.
You know, we're celebrating wrestling, and you're talking about Pitt and their 15 national titles. Well, 9 of them come from one family, Mike, the Perry family. Rex Perry, Hall of Famer, head coach at Pitt. He won 3 himself, and then he had sons, Ed and Hugh, each won 3. So in one family, for Pitt, 9 of those 15 championships. And when we're celebrating wrestling, you can't celebrate without a shout out to Rex and Ed and Hugh Perry.
It's quite amazing to see how many families it runs in. We talked about that earlier today, the Smith family and the Carr family. And another one there.
107 righty. Red.
As we appreciate that story, hearing about the history from Pitt.
You know, wrestling's a family affair. Wrestling brings people, mobilizes people, brings them together. The world needs wrestling, and it creates, and it's the character that it takes to win championships is the character and the stuff that it takes to win in life. The world needs wrestling, and that's why we celebrate it tonight.
You know what this wrestling tournament needs also? It needs the Ivy Leagues, all right? They're not represented here this year, and they make such a great impact. You know, drifting off on a conversation from these matches here, but not having teams like Cornell, Princeton, the rest of the Ivies in here makes a big difference.
Now, Jim, why is this not stalling on top by Ferrari? Just the inside the thigh.
Yeah, he's above the waist, number one, and I think a lot of it's got to be. You know, sometimes you earn your stalling calls from the underneath position here, but with a lot of activity, you hustle back to the center of the mat, and there's a blood timeout stoppage. And this takes the officials out of their game too a little bit when you have the quick stoppages like this or multiple stoppages.
There might be an ENT somewhere around Stillwater saying, I'd be happy to do a cauterization for you. So Ferrari has had the match stopped a few times over the last couple of nights with blood trickling out of that nose. Ferrari on top, already a $1:49 in the riding time.
Green, red.
And he's won matches this year in excess of 3 minutes, 4 minutes riding time. When he gets on top, it's very difficult for the opposition.
You know, I think as you see him develop in his career, he's going to be able to, you know, start putting legs in, start to turn guys. Does have a pretty good wrist tilt. But you're in the national finals. You don't want to, you know, stray from what you've already been doing here. And this is what he does really well. He drops to the leg, but he's pretty darn good at finishing. He's going to get a call here, like you talked about, Tim.
Okay. Of course, John.
Hey, right there.
You know, we talked about Stillwater and the Smith family. Leroy Smith, the first national champion for the Smiths, winning in 1980, and he is now the executive director of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. And if you have not been to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame on the campus right next to Gallagher-Iba Hall there, it's an incredible journey. It is a destination, the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and then the Dan Gable National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum in Waterloo. Leroy oversees that entire National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and Pat Smith done such a great job of encouraging wrestling in Arkansas, and John, the longtime coach at Oklahoma State. What a family.
There's AJ's dad. A consistently locked in presence. Matt side for him.
Sit out of tent there by Tom Corsi. Again, a really decent mat return, solid mat presence on top, and that's where you've got to do these things. You've got to try to stay in these positions, in the top position. You make it going for stalling. I think at this point in time, you're totally committed to the ride. Even if you do give up the stall call and give up the 1 point, it's better than an escape.
That's a really, really good call there, Jim. I mean, right now you're committed, and if you can ride him out with only getting a stall call, it's the same as the escape, and chances are he might not get it called.
But it could be a win-win if you have a lot of activity, get the stall rolling, and get the escape as well.
Right, exactly. And it may have just worked to Ferrari's He got the escape there under 20 seconds, but did not get the stall call against him.
We call that riding time, 2:51.
So the effective lead right now for Ferrari with 2:51 of riding time is 3-2 with 2 minutes remaining. As Ferrari works to be just the third true freshman at Oklahoma State to win an NCAA title, Quinn.
Yeah, a true freshman at a man's weight class. That's really what's been most amazing about his run this year. He's got the fast twitch, but he's got the power to deal with athletes who are 23 and 24 years old. Typically, you don't see true freshmen having success at this weight class.
Intentional release by Bonacorsi, so he'll concede the 1 point. He thinks that he has to win on the feet. And with that low-level attack that Ferrari has, but he's also got that low-level defense. Anticipating the shot, good quick feet.
Bonacorsi needs to get the attention and press upon the official just a little bit more, a few more shots.
All right, chest up there, but he's got the head stuffed. Take a look at what AJ Ferrari does on his defense and jets back in there. You know, a lot of times when guys get on their knees, you kind of think that the guy is stalling a little bit, but he has a lot of attacks off those knees and drives right in. He covers 6 or 7 feet right there, just like that again. Moves out, circles back in. He's not a crowd favorite.
Attack him.
When you say crowd, I guess you'd have to say parent favorite at this point. So a lot of parents and family obviously in the audience and making a little bit of noise today.
But he backs it up with his performance. A 2-point lead here with 44 seconds left against Bonacorsi.
Bonacorsi just not been able to deal with that level change. Coming straight out there with the straight shot here by AJ Ferrari.
Hey, right there.
With all those shots, you cannot say that he's been he's been the aggressor in this match.
Yeah, Ferrari's done a really nice job, very judiciously, and he's lowered his level well. And you're right, he has made the shots at the right time and very consistently.
Pretty well, just knows where he is right now, doesn't want to commit too much here. Good defense.
Albert James Ferrari Jr. He is one of one, to be certain, both in life and on the collegiate level, as he wins a national title at 197 pounds.
Rare air for a true freshman.
Give this guy a chance. He's getting a lot of fun to watch over the next 3 years.
The last true freshman to win a title at Oklahoma State 31 years ago, Pat Smith. And this is just the first chapter for AJ Ferrari. He leaves Dad with a little blood on the sweatshirt. Nothing the washing machine can't take care of. A great feeling for Ferrari. Well, Quint, yesterday we came away with a t-shirt slogan, the 665-pound deadlift club. You always seem to get the best out of folks.
I don't know what to expect here.
We'll leave you
a freshman on the big stage.
Godspeed, sir.
Wish me luck. Yeah, we're gonna get him a tissue real quick. Didn't get his nose cauterized. AJ, you've been taken down. You've been taken down once this year, correct?
One time.
Oh,
2 times.
How was your defense today? Was on point. What was it like fending him off?
It's just a combination of strength and flexibility. My dad's made me do it. You know, I started really seriously lifting whenever I was 12 years old, and he made me do yoga every week for an hour, every week, and it paid off. I mean, I walk around 220, 225, and I can do the splits. So that's just that combination that my dad instilled in me, you know. So yeah.
So power, flexibility, but confidence.
Right. Well,
you do the work.
Right.
You talk the talk, but you do the
walk
work.
the walk. Right. But the confidence comes from the support, me grinding, knowing I'm not working everybody. You know, you can't have that confidence if you don't know you put the extra work in. So people don't see me. I grind behind the scenes. I do a lot of extra shit that people don't see. So it paid off.
Why were you able to have success at 197 as a freshman?
As a freshman, right.
Those are men you're competing
against. As a true freshman, right. The biggest difference between the beginning of the year and the end of the year is right here, man. Just dialing in, focusing on little details. I tell my brothers this, I tell my teammates this, it's the little things that make the biggest difference. And before the match, I tell my teammates, man, we only get to live once, man. Have fun out there. I don't know if you guys see me, I'm enjoying it. I'm getting exchanges, I'm having fun, I love this. There's nowhere I'd rather be on Saturday night than right here.
I tried to deadlift 665, by the way. It was out of my league.
My goal was actually, whenever I was 18, 12 to 18, my goal was 700-pound deadlift, 600-pound squat. I hit the 600-pound squat, but I didn't hit the 700-pound deadlift.
A year from now, let's discuss that again.
We'll discuss that again when I go heavyweight. Coming soon.
Congratulations, AJ.
Soon. Thank you, guys.
Way to go.
OSU gang, we out. Shout out to all my brothers. Woo! Yeah!
You realize 700 pounds is like multiple cattle?
Oh boy, this is going to be fun. What a career we have in store for us.
So, what else is there to say? Just look out because AJ Ferrari is just getting started. Could he be going to heavyweight at some point? Well, that would be interesting because there's an undisputed #1 at that weight right now, and that's Gable Steveson. This is a man on a mission looking for an NCAA championship. He's got a rematch of the Big Ten Finals against Michigan's Mason Harris. Don't go anywhere.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Look at that weird Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Ha, 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 why they make it square? If you want Baker's Arby's crispy fish, 2 for $6, come and get a pair. Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
Walter, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? World's strongest man, Martins Litzis, to help you break down boxes?
What am I gonna do to you, Box? Let me break it down for you. Oh! You're going down! Down to the recycling center!
Hey, thanks, Martins.
You're welcome.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Rated E to T.
Georgia, 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 the whole day through. It's a bad day for dreaming.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
Chess is deep. Chess is infinite. Chess is a mirror of yourself. Chess is a metaphor for life. And chess is a search for the truth.
Wrestling brings determination, confidence, toughness, heart, love.
Chess is intellectual wrestling. It's all about making great decisions on every single move.
Pick someone's mind before a match, and having a mental edge already can gain you so much confidence before you even step out on a mat.
Preparation in chess is a big thing.
I'm prepared before I even go to the tournament. I think about how I'm just going to step out and put on a show for the people.
There's a famous saying about chess that you only need to see one good move ahead.
Once you learn how cutthroat chess can be,
you are one-on-one.
Players are attacking each other. One false move and you're dead.
It's do or die. It is my time to win it.
If you were to say who is the grandmaster right now at heavyweight, the Magnus Carlsen, if you will, it's Gable Steveson. Perfect 16-0 going for the title here against Mason Parris, a familiar opponent from the University of Michigan as they've squared off multiple times in the Big Ten. Thank you, by the way, to the grandmasters Irina and Maurice from the World Chess Hall of Fame for their help right here in St. Louis. We're glad you're with us tonight. 2 weights to go, and we have saved the best 2 for last. Our penultimate matchup here. Mike Cousins and Tim Johnson high atop the arena. Jim Gibbons, national championship wrestler and coach, is 10 rows from the floor. Quinn Kesnick is mat side tonight. 1 versus 2 guys. This is great.
You know, Mike, during that tease there on the chest, there was a face-off between those two. They were staring each other down. Two men here, grandmasters at their trade.
Probably one of the most impressive performances I've seen in a while is that 12-4 decision in the Big Ten Finals that Gable Steveson was able to put up on Mason Parris. It was a 8-point spread. He just was able to go ahead and attack like he's doing right now, and if Parris can go ahead and weather some of these things and get the match at another level. But no, shot right there. Steveson quickly goes around and collects the points.
Who does that but Gable at heavyweight? The snap, the go-arounds.
You look at some of the footage of what he's been able to do to take big men, 250, 260 pounds, just basically snapping them down, and their head just bounces off the mat.
It looks like the Brands brothers, actually, with their head snaps. Or maybe Jake Varner. It's very impressive.
But again, going back to that Big Ten championship performance, 12-4, Gable was letting Mason know that it's going to happen again, and he's off to a quick start.
Yep, and back in March of last year, the Big Ten's 8-6 in favor of Gable Steveson, but he was adamant about where he thought this was going to go and that he thought it was going to be 3-0. Tony Nelson, the last to win it at heavyweight for Minnesota. 2012 and 2013, Colt Conrad, a 2-timer as well, and Brock Lesnar in 2000. And Gable has indicated that he does have some interest in perhaps going into the WWE at some point.
He's a showman, he's an entertainer, loves the big stage.
You take a look at both these young men. They've got so many options with their future, the size, the athletic ability. Try out for the NFL. They could take a look at Mason Parris, his academic work right now as an engineering student. And look at a couple weeks where Olympic trials coming up. You have to think that at this stage anyway, that Gable Steveson has a great opportunity to make the team. Going to have to go through some really thick competition to be able to do it, but both these men have great futures ahead of them. Just got to be excited for them.
Those trials April 2nd and 3rd down in Fort Worth, Texas. Several wrestlers here have already qualified, but all champions auto-qualify for those trials as well.
These two gentlemen have already qualified. They will got a dual focus on their mind, but right now it's single.
Shot right there. Wow. The vantage point I had, I thought that, there's going to be a little challenge on that, cause beautiful double leg off the mat. But I think that through the course of that action, it looked like they were in.
Challenge to take down.
Yep, they're out at that point.
There they are.
Yep, you
They're
bet.
out.
And they came back in pretty quickly after that, but good call.
Good call by the officials.
But you see how quickly Gable works. I really enjoyed the admiration he showed for Spencer Lee, who we're going to see next, the #1 seed at 125 pounds, trying to become a 3-time champ. Gable said at the Big Tens he only watched 2 matches, and one of those was of Spencer Lee because he wants to emulate the way he scores.
Well, he also wants to emulate the way that Spencer Lee has separated himself from the rest of the field, and that was his goal, and he did with his Big Ten performance, as Jim pointed out.
Yeah, and it's really difficult for Hodge voters to determine who's being dominant and who's not. I mean, it's just different in the 2 weight classes at 125. Spencer Lee being able to go ahead and do great work in the top position. He's the best in the country at that position. This is the beautiful work that our camera guys caught before him. These guys. Mason Parris is letting Gable know that this is going to be a different match. And I think Gable's excited about that.
Gable's been quoted as saying, "This ain't no rivalry." Certainly made that clear in the Big Ten finals.
Meaning it has to be close. There's no, he says it's not even close between he and Parris.
And he said beyond that, after the rivalry comment, I'm not worried about nothing. It's going to happen again, which would make him 3-0 against Parris, a national champion. And you discussed the Hodge Trophy. Spencer Lee, Gable Steveson, 1A, 1B in that race as well. The only Minnesota wrestler to win it was Jason Ness back in 2010.
Pressure coming in, snap circle. Don't pressure back, snap circle.
The thing about Mason Parris is he came in to Michigan a big-time athlete, and he's transitioned to a big-time wrestler. He's just trying to break the code here with Steveson, but the all-state linebacker,
1 minute,
the qualifier, and the shot put, the discus, the 110 high hurdles, and then last night we found out the 300 hurdles as well. What an athlete. Jim said lots of opportunities, but he has become a big-time wrestler.
We'll see if Steveson basically tries to hit that double leg. And I think that the adjustments that the Michigan coaching staffs have helped Parris with is that they're not allowing that overcollar happening here for right there. Every time that Steveson gets that underhook or an overcollar set up and if you're pushing into him, he really manipulates you around pretty quickly and gets to a good shot. So nice adjustments made by the Sean Bromell and Michigan's coaching staff to kind of slow this match down.
Steveson named for one of the greats, Dan Gable. Steveson's name, Gable Dan Steveson.
And Dan Gable is certainly watching right now, having a watch party down at his winter home in Florida with all his family, I'm sure.
Defense.
When we're done here in St. Louis, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. A great bout at middleweight, Brunson Holland. We're at heavyweight here, one more weight to go. And that matchup comes your way next here on ESPN.
Oh, beautiful little shot right there. Level change, driving through, getting both ankles.
They're out along the edge, 5-2, Steveson.
Set, cover.
And cat-like quickness there. Stevenson just showed, able to lower his level and trap that lower ankle and drive through.
Now Paris trying to pick up his pace a little bit, do some level changing.
Stall call on Paris. His second to point to Stevenson. The lead is 3, 80 seconds to go.
Get out with the grip, gentlemen.
Harris entered this matchup looking to be the first national champion for Michigan since 2012. The last to win it for Minnesota was Tony Nelson, the heavyweight in 2013.
Both guys just tied up right now. Really, it's up to Paris at this point in time to go ahead and try to take some sort of shot. It's just so difficult because the quick feed of Stevenson, he goes back on the re-attack. Expect Mason Paris, the type of competitor that he is, to go ahead and manufacture some sort of offense right now. Even if he doesn't get it, it's okay because he's just got to make his attempt to try to become a national champion. Right there. Sees Stevenson senses that. He's relaxed, ready to move his feet.
Job on that snatch there with the head on the outside and around. Just tremendous year. What a job of growing over 2 years and becoming absolutely the best. Got a great couple of weeks to look forward to as he now wins a national championship and moves on to try to make the Olympic team and win an Olympic gold.
The Gophers started the day with 5 champions at heavyweight, and heavyweight U adds another one. Gable Stevenson, a national champion.
Oh, that's why you want to show up early for the Minnesota meets, just to watch that man warm up. Take a look at this little beautiful little counter shot. Gets the quick little angle, switches off. Let him know his corner that he's got it under control.
There's some high. Wow. That's not just a. Oh, that is a high scoring.
Look at that. Beloved by his teammates, too.
Is it too late to get in on the NCAA gymnastics competition for Gable Stevenson? It's a long time coming for him. The championships were supposed to be in Minneapolis last year. They were canceled, and now he sits atop his weight class, Quinn.
Simone Biles weighs about half of what this big guy weighs. And you got to think, if there's NFL scouts watching this, 285-pound guy who flies in the air doing that's a round-off back handspring, I believe. Gable, correct?
Yes, sir.
Gable Dan Stevenson. You join your namesake today. What does that mean?
It's been a long time coming. A lot of doubters. People who changed their mind on who I was. A lot of people just ain't believe me at this time. Thankful to be here. My family watching me win. Man, I'm happy to be here for real.
You've been in the limelight since you were in 8th grade, basically. Have you dealt with that? And what's it feel right now?
Just stay level-headed. There's gonna be a lot of haters, a lot of people talking, a lot of lovers too. You get in this position, you gotta stay focused. There's gonna be a lot of people that say if someone else can beat you, you gotta keep moving forward.
You put yourself in a wonderful position in life. Olympics, college wrestling, NFL, WWE, you got a lot of choices. Where do you think you see yourself?
Shit. Hey, I'm happy to be here right now. We'll take it one step at a time. Thank you.
Great point. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Dominant.
Well, Quint, there might be NFL scouts watching. There might be talent scouts watching in Stamford, Connecticut, the home of WWE. But being in the moment, sometimes that's exactly the best place and the right place to be, because for Gable Stevenson, the trajectory he's on, it's only upward from here.
get a chance to see his father, Bobby.
So 9 weight classes down, another number 1 with a victory. Our final match of the night is perhaps college wrestling's most dominant performer. Gable Steveson, the second most bonus this year, but Spencer Lee of Iowa, the most bonus this year. Can a Sun Devil eclipse a 2-time NCAA champion? We will find out after this.
If you rank 20 midsize SUVs by lowest maintenance cost, the Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Crossport rank number 1 and number 2, beating Subaru, Toyota, and Honda. So really, the only thing better than a Volkswagen is a Volkswagen. Now's a smart time to get into a Volkswagen SUV at our Sign Then Drive event. Lease a new Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing, or get 0% APR financing for 72 months.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get 2 unlimited lines for only $70. And now, get Netflix on us with your plan. And this rate is fixed. You'll pay exactly $70 total this month and every month. Plus, switch today and get a free smartphone for each line. The best value and award-winning customer service. Only at T-Mobile.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate. A former Army medic made it the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. At Panera, when we make a pizza, we don't just make a pizza. We use fresh, clean ingredients to make a masterpiece. Order our new pepperoni and 4-cheese flatbread pizzas for delivery or pickup today. Panera.
Dear college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
and for college sports.
Today we have the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 and the MacBook Pro. The Surface comes with a pen and it is touchscreen. Mac gave it this little bar, but why can't they just give me a whole touchscreen? The Surface Pro has a detachable keyboard. Now with the Mac, you're kind of just stuck with what you got. With the Surface, yes, you can run your favorite apps on it. It has the power to run all your apps. It is a much better gaming device. I love my games. Then there's the price. Yeah.
Reggie Miller chose to bubble at Wendy's so he could wake up with the official breakfast of March Madness.
Reggie!
Kenny Smith chose somewhere else.
I made the wrong choice. Bye, Kenneth.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, official breakfast of March Madness.
Back in St. Louis, 9 of 10 weights down in the NCAA Wrestling Championships, where we have saved the best for last. And when we're done here, it's from St. Louis to Las Vegas. UFC Fight Night is next. Brunson and Holland. It's on ESPN, on ESPN Plus as well, which you can get at ESPNplus.com. Spencer Lee going for his 3rd NCAA championship against 2-time Pac-12 champ Brandon Courtney of Arizona State.
Wrestling for the championship at 125 pounds, wearing the red from Iowa, Spencer Lee. And his opponent, wearing the green, representing Arizona State, Brandon Courtney.
2011 at 125 for Arizona State was pretty special. Our buddy Anthony Robles, a champion that year in Philadelphia. However, it is a big mountain to climb here to try and stop Spencer Lee. He's outscored the opposition here in St. Louis 52-8 and is trying to become the 7th three-time champion in Iowa's history.
Spencer Lee, two-time junior world champion, cadet world champion out of Franklin Regional as well. One high school, 2 finalists with Kemmer and Lee.
Lee, the reigning Hodge Trophy winner. Give you an idea of just how dominant he's been. He won 52 of 57 first place votes, the largest margin in the history of the award. And that's a bigger margin than when Joe Burrow won the Heisman at LSU.
And he's been one of the most significant Iowa wrestlers in program history. You always want to take advantage of when you have the great ones in your presence in the program. That's exactly what Tom Brands has done. Leadership. And just, a guy who's been, you just tell the affection that he has for his teammates, his coaches. He's everything you want to have in a program leader.
Not only a Hodge Trophy, but the Sullivan Award winner as the nation's best athlete.
Whip over their situation. Courtney's going to go off. And what Courtney has to do is, what he's doing right now is creating a lot of motion. You saw that nice little collar tie snap that he was able to hit on Lee. Can he continue to dance and move and possibly get his attacks off from distance? And Lee stalks him, takes a shot of his own. Needs to break free for the boxer that lets get a little bit more space to work from. And now there's a whip over situation. Lee is really just trying to go ahead and cling on and get to a leg. Seems like when he does, they're always off the mat.
Courtney and Lee go out. Courtney, the redshirt junior, on an 18-match winning streak. Arizona State has had 9 wrestlers win an NCAA championship. The most recent was Zahid Valencia at the last championship contested back in 2019.
And a second false start there on Courtney's. One more, and that would be a point for Lee.
You notice Lee has both knee pads on, and just wonder what that means. We know he's had one knee with a lot of trouble and surgery, and whether that means both are hurt or not, it doesn't matter. And what then does it matter is the question. Lee has been so dominant in his career.
It certainly hasn't affected his performance. And the tight matches, he hasn't had tight matches, but the matches he's been in where he has been because the other guys, I think, have improved.
Stay in here, work. Stay in here, work.
The toughest wrestler in the top position, and I'm sure that Courtney doesn't want to, he will not choose the down position. He'll either defer.
Exactly. This is as long a time as Lee spends on his feet. He spends 85% of every match, and then, a shot by Courtney on the edge.
No points awarded. The Arizona State corner, Zeke Jones, wanted it. They go out again, 27 seconds left in the first.
And like I was saying, Spencer Lee spends 85% of his time on the mat, on top. And right now, we're almost finishing an entire first period without getting there where he is most comfortable and lethal.
And it's mainly been due to Courtney's footwork. And he's been able to go ahead and hit the edge, and it's the first time that Lee has not been able to get that penetration step like you're talking about. I wonder what you're mentioning here, Tim, has some substance to it. Of course, we've seen the additional knee sleeve.
So it's a scoreless first. Surprising at all?
Yes, I mean, this is the great strategy, though, on, as Jim said, the footwork of Courtney, but you got to try to take the lead at deep waters, to dark waters, and keep the score close. And so far, so good.
Okay, here we go. Green, get in there. 2 cautions. Hey, Green, you got 2 cautions.
Lee this year, the #1 seed in back-to-back years, the first 125-pounder to do it in consecutive years since 2001 and 2002. Stephen Abbas at Fresno State.
Quick escape by Lee.
Final match of the night, Iowa coming into this championship round locked up the 2021 National Championship, their 24th, second most all time.
There is a warning on Courtney.
Yeah, I think Spencer's done a nice job of even though that you have all that motion out in front of you, he's taken territory, gotten to the edge. He hasn't allowed Courtney to get to his corner. Got shots off at the edge of the mat. And if the guy's going to play the edge like this, he's going to get called. Courtney doing a nice job of bull rushing him there, but hanging on with a little underhook there. But this is the tightest grip that Lee had on Courtney. Didn't follow through with it.
And Lee, pound for pound, as strong as any wrestler out there. But that poundage is his entire body, and it comes from the plant of a foot as much as it does that underhook. And so you just wonder if that plant is affected.
Able to drop down there. Now he's going to. The other thing too, Tim, is what's happening here is he's got that underhook on the right-hand side, but notice how Courtney, not necessarily in this situation, but he's quickly getting one leg up to fend off that little whip over attempt right there. He's got his right leg up, allows him to go come to his feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Given the dominance of Lee this year, bonus points in every match. Rare to see a 1-0 score here this late, and he gets 2.
Tremendous job right there at the edge with the 2 points. Now on top.
Yeah, he pushed him to the edge, made Courtney take that, kind of wild waving that shot, and was able to drag right around, anticipated that shot by Courtney, and he's been rewarded.
Wait for me.
With all that pushing and moving, he forced his opponent to go ahead and take a bad shot.
Okay, don't roll here. Got 2 green, 1 red. Yep. Okay, wait for me. Get on.
Yep.
Set. Top man. Set. Bottom.
There's his 3rd.
We saw 2 from the standing position, and you heard the official warn him. Start of the 2nd period, you have 2 cautions.
Wait for me. Get set, please.
So 4-0 Lee. As he goes on top here, this will be the first riding time of the match.
And it's the longest we've gone in a Lee match, with not talking about his reinforced bar tilts and how tough he is on the mat. Head lever, as he does a nice job of bringing it back there to try to trap that wrist.
Gets the wrist and
or the bar.
Watch the battle right now. He's hunting for those taped fingers right there. He's grabbed one, and now he's going to go right into his tilt.
He got 1 swipe and then reached the end of the 2nd period.
Green choice.
Courtney chooses neutral.
Here we go. Get on the line. Here we go.
1 period away from a 3rd national championship for Spencer Lee.
And if you're Courtney, you're down by 4 points. Got to create enough activity. Your strategy of kind of keeping it close has worked, at least to this point, where you're only 4 points down. But you got to start taking shots. Misdirection there. And that's going to make it a little bit easier for Lee to score.
Nice slip in the, very nice job of limping that arm, coming around, covering the legs and the hip for 2 at the edge.
Lee's advantage now 6-0, trying to become Iowa's 7th 3-time champ in a group that includes Bannock, Brands, Barry Davis, Lincoln McElravy, Joe Williams, and Jim Zaleski. He grew up in Pennsylvania. The choice really came down to Penn State or Iowa. And as he grew up watching videos of Iowa wrestlers, that was part of the draw, along with Terry Brands, made him want to be a Hawkeye.
Really working hard with his head in that armpit right there, trying to capture that wrist. Right there, he's got it captured now. Watch him work that up into that bar arm right there with the left arm coming up in. Now he's going to actually work the tilt without actually
And he gets that bar arm below the elbow there, and it makes it so that Courtney cannot really use his left arm there for any kind of power to bring it down.
There's a big debate out there going right now whether, you know, I'm sure that the officials are wondering, but it's certainly legal right now. But I'm sure the officials have heard whether this technique is legal or not, but it's irrelevant right now. This is what this guy's doing to turn guys effectively. It's working pretty well for it. Just a...
Wait for me, Red. Set, cover.
Yeah, you hear the officials during that sequence there were always talking about keep it legal, keep it legal. Well, that tells you that they're onto something there. But Lee has done that. He's going to win another national championship.
The Iowa Hawkeyes, the team champions, and Spencer Lee is Iowa's 7th three-time national champ.
Raise your hand.
The only time all year he didn't win with bonus points, and it didn't matter now. 7-0 by decision over Brandon Courtney. A humble hero for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They gave him the name Yoda this year because he can just do things that they say are a bit unnatural. They're both a little bit short, but large in stature, Quinn.
Humble example and team leader.
A hug from Tom, I believe, even with a mask on. Tough to tell. Spencer, you said this is what I live for. This is what I was born to do.
Yes,
What's your reaction to winning this 3rd championship?
I mean, I went through a lot. This is definitely my toughest. Yeah, I'm battling a lot of things. So.
Yeah, you insinuated that yesterday. What are you battling, and what's the adversity been like?
Well, I mean, eight days ago I tore my ACL in my other knee. I'm wrestling with no ACLs, and you know, whatever, man. I didn't want to tell anyone. Because F excuses. Excuses are for wusses. And you know what? That was a tough turn for me. I could barely wrestle. I could barely shoot. I can't sprawl. But you know what? I believed in my coaching staff and everyone that believed in me. And here I am. So there you guys go.
How did you handle the self-doubt?
Well, I mean, there was no doubt. It was just, hey, no one else can do this but you. My teammates, they tell me no one can do this but you. You know, and I believed in them. So.
Were there tough moments on the match?
I mean, yeah, I can't really wrestle, but you know, it doesn't matter. I'm getting ready for what's next, and you know, whatever's next, what's next, and I'll be ready to go. So don't worry about me, okay?
So you just won your 3rd national championship.
Yeah, I guess so.
No ACL on the one leg. The other one you tore back.
I tore my other one in the national finals against Jack Mueller in the 2nd period. So
that is
I've won 2 national titles on ACLs, so it's been a lot of fun. So
I'm going to let you go here in 1 second. You're the leader. You're the centerpiece of this Iowa Hawkeye team that claimed the team championship for the first time in a while. What's that like? What's that feel like?
You know what? I had to put it on for a bang for my teammates. I promised Alex Marinelli I'd win my national title, and I did. So there you go. Alex, is for you. I love you, brother.
You got great relationships. Alex, Michael, the coaching staff. A lot of unsung guys who scored points in the wrestlebacks as well. How do you describe the nucleus of this Hawkeye team?
We just know that we suffer together, we love together, we fight together, and no matter what, we're going to get through it, no matter what it is, no matter how hurt you are, how sick you are, how much everyone doubts you, how much everyone thinks, it doesn't matter. All you got to do is believe in those around you in your support network and the group of people that you believe in, and you can do anything. So,
Spencer, congratulations.
Thanks.
Tremendous courage.
Thank you.
So a torn ACL and a title. 2019 beat Jack Mueller 5-0, by the way, for a 2nd title. When we come back, we'll award the team trophy. The Iowa Hawkeyes through and through. The dominant team of the 2021 wrestling season. What a fitting way to end our championships with Spencer Lee getting his 3rd title. Back to St. Louis in a moment.
The thing about freedom is, freedom has no limits. There's no such thing as too many adventures or too many unforgettable moments. There will never be too many stories to write or too many memories to make. But when it comes to a vehicle that will be there for it all, there's only one. Jeep.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info.
Ooh, have you looked on the bright side?
Discover never holds you responsible for unauthorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle.
Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
Hey there, Hoops fans. Enjoy Arby's corned beef Ruby. Arby's corned beef. Arby's. Come on! Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm a Verizon engineer, part of the team that built 5G right. The only one from America's most reliable network. We designed our 5G to make the things you do every day better. With 5G nationwide, millions of people can now work, listen, and stream in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities where people can use massive capacity, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is the 5G that's built for you. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.